What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Coffee with Jones. I'm your host, JunesEightyEight. And I don't have no coffee today. I'm drinking some Dr. Pepper, the Texas tea. Texas tea, you know what I mean? That's how I do it. I mean, I don't trust Texans that don't drink Dr. Pepper. So, I mean, don't feel.
I'm not a huge fan of that, but I will sip it occasionally.
Okay, then you cool then. You cool then. It's
Okay, all right.
occasion. It's occasion.
Occasionally, I can have one.
And so I have a good friend of mine, Amari, singer, songwriter, guitar player, musician. What else? Any other accolades?
Uh, you pretty much covered it. Former basketball player,
Oh yeah,
but
she got a
nah.
mean jump. She got a mean jumper. I see her jump shot. She got a mean jumper. And she walked
Yeah.
off like Dame Leonard, and she waved off the field. She did a dad like that. She boom this. Bye, homie. Wait, are we
I
living?
gotta hold it up.
She's like, we live in the same house. I got it. All right, man. I see you in the living room, shower. But
Exactly.
but how's everything going? How's everything going for you?
It's going. I'm just hanging in there, taking each day by day. The past couple months have been like semi-productive, but since I've been like back and forth between the studio and like doing classes, and I had a couple gigs in November, so like pretty busy, but I'm just hanging in there.
Same,
Yeah.
same. And like I say, been telling people like this is like the most. Like we were saying before we cut the camera on, recorded, how just everything is just being like stressful. Like it's like man, as musicians, it's like this is the one time like it's just so like you appreciate what you had now that you don't have it. Like I can't go out and perform, and keeping it virtual
Yeah,
is cool, but
exactly.
yeah, and this virtual stuff is cool, but it ain't the same as like a crowd interaction, like real time.
It's not the same at all. Like I really miss like the authentic interactions that you get to have, just like the feeling of performing and with people that you like. You get to create with them, and I do miss it. Mm,
Yeah, it's like
so
I tried to do it. 'Cause I tried to do that, and it's just like, it sucks. Amari knows how it goes now. She was a part of some of my kick startup joints, the IG Live. It was fun in the beginning,
mhm.
but me personally, I got drained of it. I got bored with it like after the first night. I'm like, I don't like this. It was a good I mean, it was a good turnout virtually, but like
Yeah,
I mean, it just wasn't one of the things like I don't think I want to do this. I don't know how people do it. Like then you get the delay from one person's side. It's like the lag, and it's just too much. Like,
yeah. The troubleshooting is always weird. Like IG Live itself is just like it doesn't hit all the time. Like
no,
no matter like what time you try to plan it out, even with so much planning behind it, it still like doesn't go how you think it will. You
oh,
know?
oh yeah, I've been there so many times. Like as a person that puts together shows, that been putting together shows for a long time. I mean, this is like this was the hardest. This was harder than doing like live stuff. Like this is, and it's difficult. Like selling tickets is easy, but getting people to come on, like get online is like, dude,
Yeah,
everybody has their phone, everybody can log in. But this is like the hardest thing to get to. Like you could come to concerts, but you can't get on your
exactly.
phone and
You
tune
can't,
in.
and they're like already on it half the time anyway. So it's just like, what are you doing? Like, tune in. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I be seeing people, they can call it jealousy, maybe. I mean, 'cause I see people that be on IG Live with doing absolutely nothing and be getting like
Hmm.
thousands of streams. Like, then somebody like me only gets like 20 or 30, and I've been in Amari's chat. She deserves more views. Like, she deserves more. I'm like, you got
Yeah,
10,
it'd be
15
hard out
people.
here.
Like, man.
Hmm.
But then when you do a show, you got like 40, 50 people out there. Like, where are y'all at on the live?
Exactly.
I mean,
I'll give him excuse. I'll give him a little slight pass. It's like, maybe they don't get the notification. I'll give them a little pass, something.
I don't,
I don't know.
I gotta take the glass off, and I don't know.
Yeah,
So
it
you,
just depends.
oh yeah, so you say you went to school. What are you studying, Miss Amari?
So yeah, I'm currently at UNT, pursuing my Bachelor of Arts in Music and a minor in Business Management. I originally started off in performance for classical guitar, but I just got tired of that. Like I did classical my entire like high school career, so I kind of like fell out of love with it a little bit. I don't know why, but I feel like all the necessary tools that I like had are there, and I didn't think that I needed to like pursue it any further, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I'm doing up here in Denton.
I-
Um, Hopefully be graduating in 2022.
All right, okay. Everybody thumbs up there. Everybody threw the champagne bottles in the comments.
Pop, pop,
So AmariaAmore, how is that your name, your birth name, or that a name you came up with?
No, it's my stage name, and actually
How
my
did you come up?
mom came up with it.
Oh, cool.
It
Cause
was all my mom.
I was gonna say you ain't got to go to it. And I'm like, I was like, when I started, I heard that Amari, but that's like, oh, that's a dope name. Like they
Yeah, everybody thinks it's my real name, but no, my actual last name is Green, like the color.
okay.
So I mean, my actual name's like kind of cool too, but it's not the same effect, I guess.
Yeah, I was like, do I want to ask her is that her real name? Cause that'd be a stupid question. Like yeah, it's her real name. Yeah, that ain't real like Amari. Wow, yo, that's a you meet people with cool names. Like a
Mm-hmm.
cool ass name. I went to school with a cat
Thank
named
you.
Rex. I went to a school with a dude named Rex. Like, your name is Rex. Like, yeah, my dad named me Rex. Like, T Rex. Like, yes. Like, that's your real, yes. Yes, that's a cool ass name.
Yeah, I think people with who have kind of like two first name things going on, like James Taylor and like names like that, always kind of like just roll off the tongue.
Oh, yeah. Like, but yeah,
Such
but,
cool names.
oh, yeah. So the meaning behind your name, how did your mom come up with that then? How did she come up
I mean, she told me she just like did a lot of meditating and praying on it, just trying to like search for something that like felt right and fitting for me.
with it? Right.
Um, she said that like a lot of my songs have like a lovey type of feeling, put you in the mindset of like lovey dovey. Like Amore means love in I think French or it might be Italian, French. So she was just like, this is very fitting because a lot of stuff I was originally writing was like very much that. So
Okay.
she was like, it works. And at
It
first I
does.
didn't like it. I was like, are you sure? But it kind of stuck. So
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. And like
yeah.
your music does just got that lovey dovey feel to it. Like like I
Mm-hmm.
told you before, last time we spoke, when I see you again, is that the name of it?
Mm-hmm.
That's my joint. Like I literally, it was just like like your voice is like so soothing and smooth, and the guitar, and I'm like, yeah,
Oh, thank you.
I'm like, yo, this song is like, cause soon as I heard, it, I knew you had an album out. I think you had an EP. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm about to, I got a jam. I'm like, it ain't on here. You know?
No, it wasn't on there yet. Like people ask about that song still, but it's gotta sit a little while longer. I haven't cooked that one up just yet.
That's
Not just yet.
that's the one you perform. Everybody, yo, what's the name? She did one of those.
You gotta every person has like some of those songs that you like only get the live versions for like a long period of time.
Oh, that's so dope. Like, yo, that,
Yeah.
you feel like you're in a special club. You ain't hear that song. You be that's what people be like
Yeah.
at the show recording and putting on YouTube.
Hmm.
Yeah, I got this. This is an exclusive. So
Yeah. What about I've always been curious about your name. I didn't know if that's like is June your actual name?
no, my actual name. I'll say my name is Tony, but it sounds, but it's like
Tony?
yeah, a tiger. They're great. I don't know. I'll say
Frosted.
people always when I tell people my name, they always call me Tommy. I never get Tony. I'm like, Tommy Jones.
Tommy Jones.
It's it's Tony.
Okay.
Like,
Tony.
yeah. And
All
88 is my
right, Tony.
88 is just my favorite
It's
number.
your favorite number?
Yeah.
Period.
So I'm like, all right, cool.
Okay.
No, but see, fun fact about my name. That started off as a joke. Really, it started off as a joke. It was like
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be like a ghostwriter, like because I can write R&B songs, and I wanted to be like that.
Right.
You didn't know that who the hell is June? He was a Johnny A cat. So I bet. So I'm like, I was writing. I said, let me get into some. Then some stuff happened. Like, let me give music a chance because I always done music. I never like got a chance like record it and perform it. So
Mm-hmm.
I need a name. I need something witty. Come on, you got the weekend. You got these other
Right.
weird ass names. Let me get a weird ass name. Well, my writing name is JunesEightyEIght. Let me just use that then. Bang!
Might as well just use that.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it works too. Like it's memorable. Like it's
Yeah.
June. Like anybody could remember that and just call you
That's I get called that more than my real name now. Like, hey June, hey
that.
June, hi June, what's good?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even give people my real name anymore. I
I
go
mean,
to,
hey, that's your prerogative. Like,
you know, I think it's better because I think having like your real name and your artist name that lets people know who really know they really know who you are. Like yo, they know me personally and
mm-hmm.
you don't. And like some people who I met in life probably don't even know my real name after unless you had a show and somebody called me by my name, then you'll know. Other than that, you'll
You won't know it.
know.
Yeah,
And
I get that.
so how did you get into music? Like how did it where did you start? Like what kicked off the musical journey for
Um, it's kind of weird. So like I was into, like I said earlier, basketball. That was like all that I did. Like I was an athlete all the way up until high school, basically. I stopped playing basketball my 8th grade year. And it was just kind of like a moment of like, well, what the fuck am I going to do now? Like,
you?
I
Right.
felt like basketball wasn't taking me anywhere. And I also dealt with like a few injuries. Like, so I was like, I don't want to continue to put myself and my body through this.
Right.
So I just need to like figure something else out. And so my mom was like, well, you can't just sit around and like do nothing. You know what I mean? You have to be in something like extracurricular because academics were very important too, but like I had to be involved in something else. If it wasn't sports, she was like, well, maybe I can put you in music lessons and see if you like that. And at first I was like, I don't know. I tried, I was doing piano and guitar at the same time. Absolutely hated piano. I absolutely hated it. I was like, piano is hard. It sucks. I don't want to do it. It's just like, it's weird because you have to put these two things together. They're completely separate. And I was like, I don't want to go to lessons anymore. I don't want to do it. So I quit lessons. But since she already like bought my guitar and stuff, I was like, well, maybe I can just try this one. Like it seems a bit better, more cool, I guess, because everybody plays piano anyway, kind of.
Right.
So I just started to teach myself. I started watching tutorials on YouTube of different songs and just like listening a lot. And out of nowhere, I just picked it up and like caught on really fast. Um, and so I was getting pretty good within like a super short amount of time. And so she wanted me to audition for Booker T in Dallas. And
Okay.
ever since then, I just kept going with it.
That's what's up. I find it amazing. I met I met a cat in Deep Ellum that's a self-taught um, guitar player. He plays electric. And
Mm-hmm.
as hears it, his name is, you probably know him. His name is Nate. And he's always in Deep Ellum. I don't know if he's down there, I mean, of course now, but like he was always in Deep Ellum just playing. That's how we met him. Altitude, and our DJ Sensei. It was all down. We had somebody playing. I'm like, okay. It was sounding amazing. Yo, he's like, hey, yo, man, I'm a self-taught. Like you just play something and he just picks up to it. And we like, how in that? It take a special kind of genius to do that. Like something
Yeah,
in
I just
you,
have that ear.
man. I never been had
Yeah.
self-taught. I play by ear, like, and it's amazing. Like, just how do you what in your brain that just I'm gonna pick up this guitar and just play. Like,
I wish, I guess it was just like kind of always there, but I didn't know it until I knew it, I guess. Like something was clicking and I was like, this just feels right. And it wasn't stifling. Like to me, the piano was a bit more stifling, but the guitar came so naturally
right.
and it just felt right. So yeah, I guess I had the gift inside and it just took a little bit of searching and help from my mom to
Shout out to mom.
tap into it. Shout out to mom. Love you, mommy.
And like that's how I did. I surround before I got into music, I was just the guy. Like people knew I could like rap. I freestyle with the fellas all the time back in high school. And now
Mm-hmm.
it's like, but as I got older, I was like, I gotta get this like a legit because I had started doing shows putting these shows together, these epic shows that started picking up steam before COVID. Like I was doing it for a long time, but like it really started picking up steam like last year. And like we were just hitting
Yeah.
every week, just every weekend, just every weekend. And every not every week, but every week down there that's doing like then I'm putting on my not doing anybody else, just all mine we are picking up steam. But before that, let me get this music a try. I was in a small group for a little bit, then the group split, and I didn't know I wanted to do next. I gotta give music a try, and I put on my first project was the that was I tell everybody that was my if this don't work, I'm not doing it anymore. That was my project. I tell everybody that
Mm-hmm.
it's that was the one that it picked up some traction. Okay, cool, I got some. And the rest,
Yeah.
and like now it's like, okay, I got some. All right, y'all like,
Definitely do. Definitely do. And like that's the thing. Like you don't know until you just go for it. You try and you put something out, you put yourself out there. And then it's just amazing like the support and the reactions that you get from it. Cause like that's exactly how I felt when I released my first EP. Like of course I was just doing it for myself and I wasn't thinking much of it. Um, but like the support and the reaction that I got like really it surprised me and it just made me want to continue to grow and put out more music. So I didn't know what would happen from it, but I'm glad that I did because it opened a lot of different doors.
yeah,
So
exactly. That's how it is. Like I was nervous as hell. Like I didn't even really talk about it when I did. I was like, I'm still like nervous about it now. I really don't put myself out there like that. I'm not like a boaster. I don't like,
mm-hmm.
and that's never been me. I'm not like a flashy person. Like
Yeah, me either.
I'm the kind of person that like there's still people I know that don't know I have a YouTube channel. I don't even talk about my YouTube channel. Like
Yeah.
I'm the person like if you find my channel, cool.
Yeah, I didn't even know that you had a channel either. And then like once you invited me to do this, I was able to like watch some of the previous coffee house talks. And I was like, you have a full on YouTube channel with like over 1,000 something followers, and I had
Wow,
no
why you
idea
gotta
that you
say the
even
number? Oh, people be shook
because
on
like that's like YouTube is like a different animal.
it. It is.
So
Let me tell you,
yeah.
YouTube is nice, but World Star Hip Hop is the devil. I mean, you don't want to be on there. Like I've been in there. I've looked like this. No, I don't. I've been reading the comments. Who you gotta have tough
Mm-hmm.
skin, man. You just can't.
Is that even still like around? Are people like still active on there?
I don't know. I really don't. I don't go over there. I stay over here where it's nice and safe. You get shot over there on World Star Hip Hop. They be shooting through the keyboard like pop, pop, pop.
Damn, they just be coming for people's heads, huh?
Yeah, but like
They don't even care.
nope. It took a while to get to 1,000 on YouTube. It took a lot of hard work and dedication. And people be like, oh, you got 1,000 subscribers. I know, but it's just for me, it's just 1,000 subscribers. Like it could have been more. Cause
That's
go
I
ahead.
mean that's like a great number for like YouTube, honestly. It's like I said, it's its own beast. Like it's iffy, especially for like views and stuff, do you know?
Yeah, it's like for me, it's like when people talk about it, like I got a buddy. He has like over. I started before him. He called me. We was just talking about this the other day. Like, yo, man, remember when I asked you about how to get into YouTube? Told me what I need to do. I said, yeah. Now he got over 5,000, no, 7,000 subscribers. He got more than me. And like,
Wow.
but the circumstances different because he kept going. Because like once YouTube hit that wall where they hit the ad apocalypse and all the big YouTube channels got hit, and then all the
Uh-huh.
small YouTube channels took a big hit. Like, so I was still coming up, and my channel took a big blow. So my channel wasn't generating views like this. So I said, man, I'm not gonna do no video. I'm done with this.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. I get that for sure. I used to say I wanted to like start a YouTube, but I was gonna do like vlogs or like I was heavy into gaming at one point too, because like all the gaming channels they get loads of views and subscribers for stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I just never tapped into it, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't know you was a gamer. That's what my homie does. He does gaming. That's how all the traction goes. That's where all his views come from. So
Yeah.
jumping over to gaming now, what games are you into? Are you to PS, PlayStation, or Xbox, or Wii, or what is your system of choice?
See, I'm not updated with the times. I haven't really gained in a while. Ever since I like got into music and stuff, I kind of like set that aside. But I was definitely team Xbox. Um, I was an Xbox gamer girl. I was into the shooters, all the Call of Duties, big into the Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto. Oh, so you team PlayStation?
I had an Xbox 360, but I got rid of it
Yeah,
back in the
I had the
360 days.
360, and I feel like the 360 days were better. I think.
See, I hated 360 because that's when PlayStation had free PlayStation Play. You didn't have to pay to play online. And
Mm-hmm.
then I went to the PlayStation. You had to pay. I'm like, yo, you know what? This some bullshit, man. This fucked up.
It's always something. They just trying to get people's
They are like just
time.
get money. Like, man,
Yeah. I didn't mind it though. I guess since like all my friends had Xbox, like I just paid for the subscription and
right.
went about it.
Same.
But yeah.
I never paid for Xbox Live. I didn't know nobody. None of my people had it. Nobody had Xbox Live.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, I ain't paying for Xbox
I
Live.
mean, it does make sense too. Like, why would you pay for something if you can get it free on another console, you know?
Yeah.
And like all your other friends have it.
That's all. And then again, I ain't gonna lie. I only got the Xbox because it was cheaper than the PlayStation 3. So that's the only reason I got it. This is cheap. It was $100 less than
I'm
what
contemplating.
it's like valid.
I'm contemplating getting the new console that just came out just to like see if I can jump back in it. I don't know.
Well, I wait another year. Just wait till next year because they got these ones
That's
all
what I was saying too.
boogie. Don't even waste your time doing it. Then you be mad. I should gosh.
Yeah.
And
Prices are definitely gonna drop.
oh, of course. They're gonna have bundles and everything and rope you in.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
price gonna drop. So going back to the music, like what is your inspiration musically? Like who do you look up to?
Um. Well, I'm a big fan of Matt Corby, so I'm wearing his sweatshirt right now. Um, when I was first starting out, I listened to a lot of Coldplay.
Okay.
Um, who else? Ben Howard. I got into Leanne Mahavas when I discovered who she was. Um, who else? I mean, growing up, my dad and my mom put me on to like Robin Thicke and Justin Timberlake, Erykah Badu,
Oh yeah, you got.
of course, all the greats.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I do.
Prince. Um,
Love them.
but yeah, once I started like coming into my own, kind of like figuring out what my sound was, I listened to just like a lot of like indie artists, um, and sort of that like alternative genre.
Right.
So yeah, I would say I would definitely say Coldplay, Matt Corby, Leanne LaHavas, and maybe Nick Drake had like the biggest impact on like me as a songwriter, like starting out. I drew a lot from them for sure.
I know for me, like I said, for me, I don't listen to be a hip hop artist. I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of a lot of people that's out. Like my biggest inspiration that I look up to musically is Wale. That's my guy. Like that's anything
Mm-hmm.
is like that's who I really like get my sound from. I like a lot of his music. Like anything he puts out, so if it comes, I'm listening to it, like seeing what he got to say, and
Yeah, Wale is dope. I love his just flow and like the cadence of what he does. It's just like
yes, like I don't, I just
it's wild.
yeah, he's a phenomenal rapper, phenomenal. Like that's one person. If I when I get a chance to, that's the one person I want to do a song with. I can. If I can
Period.
what you say?
Manifest it. I said period. We all have like that one celebrity we'd love to like collab with and like write with.
Oh yeah,
And that would be a dope ass collaboration.
oh yeah. I'm so
Period.
I'm surprised you did. I get a lot of Tracy Chapman vibes from your music.
Yeah, everyone says that too, but honestly, I never got into her music. Like the only song that I like knew of or listened to was Fast Car. And like, I don't know, for some reason I never really got into Tracy.
Me,
But
but she got like one song I like. I can't think of the name of it, but I'm like when I like I get that vibe from you. It's like oh, she got a little bit of Tracy. Like okay,
yeah, everyone says that though. That's like their first initial person that they'll like put me aside by
they be like
her or
you know who you say they hit you with. You know who you
I've
say.
gotten India. Yeah.
Who?
Trace. I've gotten India Ari too, but it's mostly Tracy Chapman that I get.
Man,
Because like, but they both play guitar and they're both beautiful black queens. So, you
absolutely.
know.
They put Amari. You know who you said. I know. I gotta get
I already know you don't have to say it.
it. But yeah, like so, the first EP. What was that project about? What did you? What? How did you come up with it?
Um, so my first project, obviously I wrote it. I have wrote those songs like those were some of like the very first songs that I wrote. So I was like a very different writer than I think in a way. Um, but yeah, complications is just about self-discovery and just like finding out like who I am as a person and as an artist and um, just like expressing some of the things I went through and um, like throughout high school and just like different relationships and stuff like that. But yeah, to think back about it, it's like, what was I doing?
Hell, you
I
took.
don't
You
know.
ain't saying
Like,
nothing but a word. Like I tell you, my first project the same way. I didn't know. I'm like, I tell you, if you go and listen to it, like it sounds. I cringe when I even look at the artwork for it. Like, cause it was all like a wing. Like I literally like closed my eyes and threw something. And like
yeah,
and
basically same. I just felt like I needed to just do something and put something out just for the sake of saying that I did it and that I can do it.
yeah,
So, but yeah, I think You Don't Know Me was the staple of that EP, and yeah,
I feel you.
I still have much appreciation for it, but just like a very different version of me. So I think once you guys hear this new project, you'll be like, huh.
And this is the second one that's coming out.
Yeah, so this one's gonna be a full length album, a total of 11 bangers for you this time around.
Right on, right on. I can't wait to hear
Yeah.
it. I can't wait till I listen to the last EP you put out. I love
Hmm.
that's that Monk's Fire. And I can't wait to. I when I
Thank
say in
you.
the studio, oh shit, here it come.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about it because like when Corona hit, like we started some of these songs we had did the demos for like almost a year ago, like a full year ago. I was in the studio demoing them out. So just a few days ago, we kind of finished up tracking completely. And it's kind of like surreal to think about because I didn't, like back then, I didn't imagine that some of the songs would reach the level that they've gotten to. Like, I didn't think that I could reach where they have gotten, like musically and emotionally. Even like my voice has changed. Like the way that I approached singing some of them was like completely different from like a year ago or a couple months ago.
Right.
But I think it's translated really well. And these songs are just like special.
Oh yeah.
Special to me at least. So
They're gonna be
yeah,
special to all
a
of us.
lot of
We gonna love them. They're gonna be special. We go. They're gonna be something on that people gonna be feeling.
yeah.
And so, how do you how can I word this? How do you go about writing? Because your room is dope. I know you stay inspired in that room. I be seeing, if y'all understand,
Thank you.
you gotta see an IG live, see what I'm talking about. Like it be all purple and lights and fog and like it just looks. You know what? It looks inspirational in there. So what do you go about?
yeah. Um You would think you know what I think? Like I write a lot in this space. This is my apartment room. So yeah, I usually do all my writing for some reason, like in the weirdest part of the night.
I can
I don't
see.
know why. It really be like midnight, 2 a.m., 10:50, and like boom, I just have like a burst of creativeness apparently. Um, but my process always consists of just like improvising on guitar, just playing around with different chord changes and just like alternating like rhythms and just however I'm feeling at the time. And once I feel like I've come up with something harmonically that's interesting to me, I'll start to throw out some phrases and try to like get some kind of melodic cadence going, and then I'll finally put words to it.
Right?
So I don't do a lot of writing where I'll have words first and then come back and try to put music to it. I've done a couple that way, but to me, I feel like the music has to speak for itself first before I put my thoughts into it, my words.
Right.
So,
I was telling Summer the same thing. Like I do like almost the same thing. She was like, oh, but I listen to beats until I find one that like I like until
mm-hmm.
I gotta I have to like be able to connect and soon as the beat drops, if I'm not at freestyling something or just firing off something that's random or humming something or that's how I know. Cause I wrote a song like that. I was like in a dry spell, couldn't think of nothing. Then I heard this one beat, all this everything. All right, I like this one. Then like I wrote the whole thing that night. Then the next week, the
Yep.
next day I found another one. I just wrote a whole song. It's like, all right, cool. That's how I go about writing. But I know it must be difficult. Do you get beats or is everything just straight guitar? Do you going like, yo, these are my chords, I'm doing this, or you doing anything any beats or just straight acoustic on the project?
Yeah, it's mostly just straight acoustic. I don't think I've experimented enough. I don't have all the necessary tools to do. I would like to do that. Like if I had like a MIDI keyboard to like experiment with different layers of like beats and different textures of stuff, I would have a blast. Like I could probably be doing full productions if I had like everything that I need here.
Right.
Um, but yeah, it just starts off acoustic for me, and I think with that basic foundation, I can translate it to like something else. Like maybe it'll turn into like a piano song, or maybe it'll be electronic. Like it won't just stay acoustic, but a lot of it is that vibe.
I feel
So
you because that's
yeah.
I like it. Like I said before, I like your sound. Like I just like I'm more amazed of like how guitar players just go in and just plug in and just go, just do the song like no beat, just guitar like.
Yeah.
And it
I mean,
sounds
like,
so good. Like it sounds so good.
thank you. Like, if you think about it, like, I've heard someone say, like every instrument is a drum, essentially. You have to think of it like that because there is a lot of rhythmic aspect that goes into it. Like, everything is a drum. And I kind of like, I have like that in the back of my mind. I've heard people say that the guitar is a drum, it's also a piano, it can be a harp, a bass, like it can be anything that you want it to be, essentially. It's just like how you approach it. And with
Like,
that mindset, I just
cause,
go.
cause the things I've seen Ed Sheeran do with a guitar is ridiculous. That
Mm-hmm.
boy be playing that guitar. I seen the
Yeah.
video on YouTube of him playing. He was doing he was just he was doing his thing. He sung like 8 songs in one performance. The stuff he can
Yeah.
do with a guitar, like, bro,
Ed Sheeran he's a dope singer songwriter and guitarist for sure.
it's just like it.
So
It's like it's just something about him when he came up and just blew up. Like this dude different. He like people forgot about like, bro. You forgot about everybody
mm-hmm.
else who played guitar. This dude here, he can play the guitar. It's kind
Yeah,
of
he
like,
brought a whole different thing to like mainstream.
oh yeah. And it's kind of like when Alicia Keys started playing piano. Like everybody play piano, but like this girl here, she can play some piano. Like
Yeah,
like Stevie and Ray Charles ain't out here playing piano. But this girl right here, she be doing some of that piano. I don't know what it is, but
exactly.
she be doing it. Then when she
I
stopped
know
that
I can't really
piano,
put my finger on it.
man, it's amazing. So
It
who
really
so
is.
who is your favorite guitar player?
Mm, I knew that was coming.
I'll make it even
Um,
difficult. Top 5, no, top 3 favorite guitar players. Cut you deep on
top
that one. Cut
three.
you deep on that.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
I see how I did it, y'all. I see
Top
how I did
three. You had to do me like that. Let me think. I have to really think because a lot of like the artists that I listen to, like some of my favorite guitarists, like are singer songwriters, but then there are instrumental guitarists that I like absolutely adore. Like I'm in awe of. It's just like how like a whole different breed of guitar playing.
like
I'd say number three would possibly be John Gome. John Gome.
gotta look him up.
Um, yeah, I think he's British. He's like a very eccentric type of person. He always plays like barefoot and he has like weird fingernails. I don't know. But he's pretty special. Let me see who else. Mm, Tommy Emmanuel, I might say is number two.
Okay, okay.
And who else? Number one. Oh, this is so hard. I don't know if I have like. Mm, I might say. I don't know if I can put somebody at number one.
If your number one ain't who I think it is, I'm gonna be surprised you ain't. If he ain't,
Okay,
if this
who
person,
do you think?
it's the most
Who?
cliche person to say Santana. I know
Um,
because he's a psychopath. Because my boy Zach, he said, yo, he just call all his guitar riffs are just freestyles. He probably like what?
mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah, Santana is a
he's
yeah.
a I remember Rob Thomas. So he just fired off the thing for Smooth. I'm like, what? He don't even remember what he did. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you is a
I
different.
admire like super guitarists that are just like big on improv. It
I think
just
Prince was like that too. I think they said Prince had it like that.
mm-hmm.
Psychopath.
Prince is just absolute monster, like up here, up next level. And like he played so many instruments. That's the thing. He always has so much music happening all the time. It's like just a genius. I
Man,
don't know.
I
I don't
just,
know though. I don't think I can put anyone at number one. There's like so many guitars that I can like.
I don't know that many. I don't know that many. Like I just know who. I'm a big on like it's like what I hear like okay I like that. Who's that Slash? I'm like who's that such and such? Who's that such? All right, cool. I mean I don't
Like
know.
sonically.
You know, if I hear a good guitar riff that I like or guitars, ooh, who that? All right, cool.
That's me too, honestly. I admire so many guitarists, honestly. I'm just like could never. Like the talent is amazing. Just the amount that you can do on the instrument is like crazy to me.
Do you play? Can you play electric also, or is it just straight acoustic?
Hmm. I do play electric too, just for like a different feel. My approach is still the same, but I don't know. I feel like I didn't really get much into the whole electric and jazz scene, but
Right.
that doesn't mean that I won't or don't. I just have a different love for acoustic guitar for some reason.
I tell people if I learn how to play guitar, it's a wrap. If I learn how to play either electric or acoustic, I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to lose it. Like I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to
You
be
will. You'll be at the tippity top.
man.
Imagine learning how to play guitar and freestyling at the same time and like rapping to it.
Man, you couldn't tell me nothing. I'm telling you. You heard it first. Like you all heard it. Like let
Ain't
me
nobody
tell you.
talk to June. Period.
Nobody
You
like
have to do it.
you want to talk to my
You
agent.
have to do it now. Period. No
I'm
direct contact.
telling you. I mean, that's an instrument I always wanted to learn how to play because my mom, you ain't getting no drums. All right.
I know. I wanted to play drums too. And they're like, it's too much noise. And I was like, whatever.
Fun. I'm I I'm gonna say that for another episode. I'm not gonna bring that up. The other fun. I'll play an instrument, but
Okay.
I could pick it back up if I wanted to. I just gotta learn how to play it again. But yeah, I'm
Okay.
pretty sad because I told somebody, you play. It was like,
So you're gonna keep it a secret,
oh
basically.
yeah,
You're not
I'm
gonna.
just going. It's gonna be y'all gonna be at a show one day. I'm just gonna pop the case
Now I
open
want to know.
and just.
Now I'm trying to figure out what could it pop. Okay, if I could ballpark or put it in like, is it a
I would say, would it be considered a classical instrument?
is it um like a band? Is it an orchestral? Is it a string instrument? Is it is it cello, violin, or viola?
I play.
Violin.
I play violin.
Oh, that's so
You know, see,
cool.
people don't know that. People don't know that. Like that's y'all heard
I
it.
would have never guessed. I would have never thought.
See, the only reason I stopped playing because my mom could not find me um another violin. And the orchestra teacher
Mm-hmm.
I had, she was an alcoholic. And I found out when I was in after high school, like, yeah, dude, like, you know, Miss Sutter said she threw a violin at one of the kids. Like,
Oh.
like, yo, this woman's nothing.
Oh no.
Yeah, man, it was bad. Like, and now, like,
So that's wild. Why?
I
Just
don't
throw the
know.
whole violin at somebody?
I wish I knew. And now there's a guy that I forget the dude's name because I'm a wrestling fan, and
Mm.
there's a guy named Shinsuke Nakamura, but he has a song called "The Rising Sun." That's an entrance song, and it has violins in it.
Mm.
And the guy who played it played pretty much he had a pay-per-view that he had this black guy who plays violin. I'm like, yo, I gotta get back in. He did the intro. I gotta get back on violin. I gotta get
You
back
got
on.
to get back into
As I
it.
saw him, you know what? I gotta get back on the violin now. I gotta do it for the culture.
Could have been you.
I know, right? But like my thing is like with instruments like that, I'm like, it's so much. I don't like writing notes. I don't like doing that. That's the one thing I just don't like doing.
Yeah, the arranging for instruments
Yes, that's what's
is
called the arrange.
something. I can do it, but I prefer not to do that process. Like even when I'm in the studio doing music, I like everything to be just free. Cause like I've taken like so many theory courses. Like I know theory, but I've never like I haven't been the person to just like write out arrangement sheets and stuff just because I feel like it limits, it makes things feel too set or too permanent. Like it kind of just like, okay, this is what you play. What's nothing else but what's on this sheet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't really like to take that route.
And the guy's name is Lee England Jr.
Lee England Jr.
Yes, dude.
Okay.
Like if you, like, I'll send you the video of him doing it. It's amazing. Like after I saw, I'm like, I got to get back on the violin. I got to do it. I got to do it. I got to do it. But yeah, anything you want to plug before we get up out of here, Miss Amari?
So yeah, I mean, obviously you can follow me on Instagram just to like keep up with my journey and musical process and just like chat with me at AmariaAmore. Um, and be on the lookout for my new project. I'm going to be releasing, I think, 3 singles before the full project comes out. Hopefully, I'm planning to at least get one out before the end of this month for sure.
Okay.
But the top of the new year, be on the lookout for dates of stuff. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's about it for now.
Right on. Most definitely have to bring you back on.
Oh, for sure. This has been so much fun.
Oh yeah.
I learned a lot about you, Mr. Mr. Tony.
I'm just a mystery wrapped up inside of an enigma. You know, I don't really talk that much. See, that's the thing about me. I don't really boast about stuff, so nobody would notice. But now they know now. I'm probably ain't gonna. For the people who see this, I ain't gonna probably be able to live. Oh, you play violin? You play.
You was an orchestra kid.
Damn right. I started playing cello first. I said, you know what? Fuck that cello. It's too damn heavy to carry home. Let me get something lighter. Them cellos huge. I gotta lug that bitch.
They really are. You gotta roll it around. The upright bass too.
Yeah, you ain't never like this, like gosh, damn,
that's a lot.
No more. I want to go home, man.
Period.
No, let me get this vibe. Come on, I couldn't play drums. I ain't want to play no saxophone. I mean, wasn't nothing in band that was cool. Let me get up on this violin real quick.
True. Now that I think about it, I wish I was in orchestra. I played flute just for a tiny, tiny bit. I played the flute, and I was kind of, but other than that, I was like, nah. I didn't want to pursue it any longer. So
I feel that. But everybody, this has been another episode of Coffee with Jones. I'm your host, JunesEightyEIght, alongside my good friend, AmariaAmore, and we will see you next time.
Period.
Ha.